I feel just get back out there after, having to kind of sit around a little bit and not be able to do everything you previously.
Yeah. It felt fun. It felt fun to get out there, be with the team, going into the final week. I don't know, it's weird, like, considered training camp still? But I would just say preseason. Because on the film breakdown, I don't say training camp, I say preseason. All right, so final week of preseason. It's a lot because I know it's a lot of relationships with a lot of guys in the building and a lot of guys in the locker room that we all may never play on the same team again. And that's just the truth behind it. So I did everything in my power, to get out there and be ready for this week, one last time with this group.
How is that oblique injury going?
It's feeling good. Yeah, everything's good. In life, it's always gonna be pain. It's always gonna be things, adversity, things that's gonna knock you down sometimes, but the main thing about it is you just gotta push through it. There's a lot of people in this world that's going through stuff, but, I'm playing for a lot more than just me, so regardless of pain, that's always how I've been, even in college, so in high school and everything from when I was young. Regardless of, like, physically, if I don't feel my best, I still gotta go out there and execute with no excuses.
How do you hope to build on what you did against the Panthers in this outing on Saturday?
I say it's honestly just going out there playing ball. I don't really think too deep of it. I think about one completion at the time, one right play call at the time, one the right way to do the footwork when we're handing the ball off, doing everything. So every day is just constant grading yourself and trying to have progression. Progress.
Yeah. Obviously, Joe was named the starter for week 1
Yeah.
earlier in the week. And, Kevin said that as it pertains to the rest of the depth chart, all these roles are not getting out there. What is your kind of mentality and what's your mindset as you end the season on that? Okay, like you're gonna be a backup, but you still have to be prepared.
Yeah, I would say I'm thankful that Huntley here. I would say because he gave me a perspective of quarterback that I feel like I needed. I feel like him being here overall, dang, he clapping already. He noticed some good stuff, but the fact that Huntley here, he able to, I feel like God sent him here for a reason, honestly, just to talk and, to be like a guy, be like a mentor, towards me, and his career also, but being in that backup role, he faced that also, in his career, and he just gave me the mentality on what I need to do and how I need to stay on top of everything, just helping me out throughout everything.
What were some of the perspectives that he gave you?
It's even some things I forgot. I've been starting so long, ever since COVID year. I haven't really not started since COVID year. And I ran scout team there, and then sometimes you got to find the joy and the fun in it because it is fun. You going out there against the first defense, and you out there with a chip. You playing with guys, you playing with receivers that's trying to get out there also. So I feel like all that stuff is fun, and you just got to make the best of any situation you in.
Shedeur, what's the process or strategy to take some of the things that you liked from that first preseason game into the reps that you get in this last one, and some of the things you learned too?
I would say I'm just going on there on my ability and God ability. I don't think anything too deep on what I did last preseason. It's a 24-hour rule, or I say 12-hour rule now. So I just go 12 hours. I feel happy. Then it's go back to work, so that's mainly my focus.
You talked about it not feeling like training camp so much anymore as you kind of reflect on.
Well, not feeling like, it's just, here is just the language be different. Like, so I don't know what phase we're in. I just know we practice every day.
But as you kind of reflect on your first training camp, obviously your first preseason game experience, I know you got another game coming up, but what is the biggest thing that you've learned, biggest things that you've maybe gotten better at, you feel like, throughout this portion of the preseason?
I would say I learned life in a different perspective, and that's why I come here. I'm happy. I always got good energy because, I'm blessed to come out here every day. Regardless of the situation, regardless of anything, You know, I know my time, whenever that is, I'll be ready for it, and I'm going to embrace that. But in due time, you know, I got many things I need to fix, many things I need to work on, and I'm not oblivious to that. So all I look at it as I'm getting more time to cook. I'm getting more time to warm up. You know, that's all it is.
You said you feel like you're playing for more than you. What are you playing for?
It's a lot. You know, when we get on the field, it's a lot of happiness going throughout there. You know, you just feel free. And we always just talk and have this conversation, but I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of things I'm playing for. Specifically, I have to write it down. Specifically, I have to write it down, but it's a lot of things, and it's none above the other, so I never want to say which one first, but it's a lot of things I'm playing for.
Hey, Shedeur, after that, in that preseason game last week, Dylan was interviewed, and he talked about the difference between entertainers and competitors. He called himself a competitor. Some people have construed that as a shot at you. How did you take that?
Honestly, I don't even think about nothing. I don't think about anything. If it's not words or anything, you know, at this point, it can't do anything to me. You know, I know, you know, the God put the ability and the power within me to not even think about nobody else's comments, not care. It is what it is. I spoke with him. He said, nah, bro, that wasn't. He said, that wasn't. He told me on the plane. He came up. He was like, nah, bro, that wasn't at you. I see how they trying to spin. I'm like, oh, all right. I'm not tripping, regardless of whatever it was. Nobody's words or anything affects me, you know? So, yeah.
So did you believe him when he told you it wasn't on you?
Did I believe him?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're trying to start stuff now.
No.
I feel like you're trying to start stuff. I mean, he's doing his job. He's supposed to. Do I feel like he did? I don't know. And that's not on me to sit here and be like, oh, he didn't. That's not going to change my life in any way.
What's it been like to work with him this camp, this preseason?
It's great competition. Every day you go out there, get a completion, and just how it is for everybody else in the room.
Shedeur, to go back to your comment about looking at it like you have more time to cook, I guess, like,
Yeah.
what do you think is important for you? And like you said, I mean, you haven't not been a starter in so long. Like, how are you just embracing this challenge?
Because it's like I feel like I've been through this already before. You know, it was a COVID year. Jackson State, I wasn't eligible to play because I graduated early. Then my purpose was going there and just do everything I can on scout team each and every day. So that's my reflection. That's how I'm able to get through any situation, anything that life, you know, throws at me or whatever I'm going through, is because I feel like I've done it, you know, in a similar form. And then I think about, you know, and I like when it's positive things going. I don't like to be negative, you know, too much of everything, because I know everybody works hard. A lot of people work hard. Life is hard, everything. So who am I to complain when you sit back and you think of everything in the grand scheme of things? You know, so I don't even really try to even get down. And whenever, you know, I even feel a little bit down, I just constantly remind myself, like, you know, you can't be feeling that way.
Or you have such a, you know, that positive mindset, right?
Yeah.
So do you, though, also feel like you have things to prove?
Do I feel like I have things to prove? Of course, I'm playing for fun, I'm playing for happiness. You know, I'm playing for fans, the family, for everybody, for this organization that drafted me. So it's a lot I'm playing for. That's it.
Let's say two more.
There's a lot that you're playing for. Is the number 2 role still something that Kevin has had as an available role for you?
Say it again?
Is the number 2 role still up for grabs? Are you guys still competing for that number 2 role?
Number 2 role?
Like number 2 string quarterback.
Oh, honestly, bro, I really don't look into that. I don't care. Whenever it's time for me to get out there and play, I'm going to play. Whenever it's time for the lights to come on, I'm going to do my thing. I'm not concerned about when it is. I'm not concerned about, you know, how many reps I'm getting at this point is what it is. Because I know when the lights come on, when everything go on, when the pressure's on, you know who I am. And I'm always be that way.
You've been talking a lot about pre-draft, you're talking about the biggest weapon for a quarterback is their mind. I think people will talk about Joe and say, man, how's he still doing this at 40 physically? But what kind of weapon is it? Can his mind be for this team, the way he processes all of his experience, all that?
I think the mind is extremely powerful. I think everything's a decision. I think you could wake up each and every day and decide if you're going to have a positive day or you're going to have a negative day. I think you could wake up every day and regardless of any circumstance you're in, I feel like you could choose how your day is gonna be. Choose your mentality. Choose how you feel about certain people. Choose if you feel like getting up and doing it every day. You have a choice. So I feel like that mental's extremely strong, and it's the most important thing. That's why, people wear caps and stuff when we out there playing football to protect the mind and everything. So of course, I'm never gonna wear a cap though. But anyways, I just think the mind's extremely important, and it's just about perspective, however you look at life.
Sure, in that last game, and then every day that we've watched you out here practice, your elite accuracy has been on display. Do you feel like that's kind of been your superpower in this competition? And are you proud of the way that you brought that here? We've seen it obviously in college, but you brought that here to this level, and it's held up against great.
Yeah, I think my abilities are my abilities. When God decided to take it away from me, that's the decision. But I think versus anybody, I always pick me. So at this point, it's about in due time. Whenever it's my time.
Your first time playing in Huntington Banfield.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Brown fans traveled in that first game, but what are you looking forward to most playing in front of the home crowd, in front of the dog pound?
I'm very excited. I want to do, and I didn't even say this, but I wanted to find a way to get a lot of the high schools free tickets, a lot of the kids, middle schools, everybody free tickets to come to the game. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't know anything. I didn't talk to anybody about this, but I just always had instant thoughts, and I'm like, dang, that'd be cool if we could do it. But I didn't talk to anybody about that yet, so I hope But I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be electric atmosphere. I'm excited for everything, everybody. I know a lot of us will be playing in the game, so I'm just excited to be out there and get out there. I'm excited for the new DT96 cleats that will be out there that day. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.